You guys don't need to worry about me getting revenge from Diddy. I've got 3 moves that make sure he'll never be able to come after me or my family. First, I personally reached out to the victims' legal teams. The real reason he's not getting out is those buried cases behind the scenes. I provided legal funding for 7 victims who had been silent for years and brought in the top criminal attorneys in the country. Second, I bought up every potential post-release business deal he had lined up. I planned this 2 years in advance, so by the time he got sentenced and still had hope of getting out, every partner had already cut ties with him. Third, I don't just have evidence, I've got backups. This is an entire minefield that's been buried for 20 years. I uncovered every secret from the last 30 years. With testimonies from the victims, we interviewed over a dozen people he tricked, threatened, or violated. You think that's harsh? No, he destroyed other people's lives for decades. I'm just making sure he spends a few extra years in prison for it. I'm not afraid of his people, not afraid of his threats. I know he's still in there fantasizing about a comeback, but the truth is, he's never coming back.
I feel funny. Is this real life?
Yes, this is real life.
I feel crazy. The world is spinning around me.
Don't touch your stitches, Justin Bieber. Don't touch your stitches.
What's happening?
No.
Bieber, stop.
You have 4 eyes. I have 2 fingers. I have 3 fingers. Is this gonna last forever?
Justin, stop it.
Ah!
Yeah, you pressing Bieber.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? Like, I'm calling you and answering.
Yeah, that was low.
That was weird.
That was crazy.
That was weird. They did not run through Bieber.
There was...
Me.
Why you not answering your phone? Like,
Yeah.
yo.
What's going on with you guys? Are you working together?
I'm not. I mean, I think that we become friends in a strange way, you know.
Like Robin Big.
Yeah. It's like exactly.
I'm Big and you're Robin.
Yeah. No, I mean, to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, you know, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person. Besides his talent, you know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
Justin, you... You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also while you're out.
Got me a Lamborghini.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
The business ignored warning indicators, like background noise for years. Moments of awkwardness were dismissed. Uncomfortable videos turned into memes, and thoughtful queries were discreetly dismissed. However, with the 50 Cent documentary reopening the record, music, every detail is being scrutinized and every lost whisper is resurfacing. Music Diddy, a strong man who influenced careers, and Justin Bieber, a young musician who was drawn into that industry before he was completely music ready, are at the heart of it all. This has nothing to do with internet rumors or viral videos. Influence, music silence, and how the truth may remain hidden for years when too many people refuse to see it are the topics of discussion.
We hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream When he signed to Usher,
Who signed Usher?
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
The ascent of Justin Bieber was marketed as the epitome of a contemporary fairy tale. Music, however, there was a far more unsettling truth hidden behind the lights. A youthful genius with little actual protection, negotiating strong adult institutions. He was positioned in settings where influence, access, and prestige were more important than sound restrictions. Music, as shown by old video and interviews. This isn't about a single isolated occurrence. Music, even though these moments went viral and were written off as innocuous celebrity culture rather than being investigated as potentially harmful exposure. One obvious issue is raised by normalization, an industry that has been educated to turn a blind eye. And what occurs when youth is exchanged for opportunity? Who bears the true responsibility for the amount paid?
Look at Usher. What Usher say? I seen some things I shouldn't have been seeing at that age. What does that tell you? That he's seen some things, he was around some things when he was young that he shouldn't have been at a Diddy party. So that's going to show you that there are certain things that are happening that's going on that here this kid was saying he shouldn't even seen it and been around it himself. So all the other celebrities who saw it and they stand quiet about it. Ain't that in our culture? No snitching. And I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business, right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bro, you know
50 Cent portrayed himself as an outsider to Sean Diddy Combs' inner group for many years. Despite being aware of what was going on, they refused to participate. However, his remarks were written off as mere rivalry. These identical statements are now returning with fresh weight and a sharper meaning as a result of growing legal pressure and shifting public opinion, necessitating a thorough reevaluation of their timing and purpose. This doesn't support every assertion, but it does show how concerns might arise long before proof is formally accepted. Music, revealing an inconvenient reality. When criticism comes from a voice that is inconvenient, it is simplest to ignore. And it's still unclear how often early warning signs are ignored just because the message unnerves people.
Bieber, he dropped the song. It went over our heads. It's actually about P. Diddy this whole time. Which video? The song Lonely. Let me see.
Everybody knows my best. Houses always needed black. Maybe that's the price you pay for the money and fame at an early age.
He even came out and said stuff about how when he was younger, he was being taken advantage of, which is true. The problem was being a victim of the diddler. What happens? Because he has so much dirt on you, if you go out into the public, he may have videos, he may have embarrassing things, he might even have incriminating footage of you doing things that you were forced to under the influence to do.
Indeed, Diddy's impact extended far beyond music, influencing who was allowed entry to the rooms where careers were discreetly halted or advanced. Additionally, Justin Bieber's proximity to that culture was indicative of a more profound trend in the business, one in which, rather than via open, accountable processes, the opportunity passed through strong gatekeepers and private networks.
Guys, the leaked video of Justin Bieber partying with P. Diddy has just emerged, and it looks horrifying. Bieber was not in his right state of mind. Here's the video.
Oh, he's bad boy now.
Look at that. Whoa, look at that.
It's your icon alert.
Look at
It's called.
Does that look normal to you guys? What's going on here? He gets down on his knees, starts drinking. Diddy right there. Look at his eyes.
Beyond what could have transpired behind closed doors, the underlying issue is why accountability failed in a system where authority is correlated with achievement. Boundaries start to blur when access is necessary for advancement. Self-defense is seen as a barrier rather than a defense, and caution is perceived as a sign of weakness. The true conflict in such a setting is one of control. Who music has the actual freedom to refuse? Who ultimately bears the cost of having the guts to do so?
I'm tired of Usher. I wish somebody would come out and just like sue him. Like, we need Usher. No, we do. We need a victim to come out and be honest about him, because what I'm realizing is that he's gonna fake the funk until the victim, man. He's just gonna keep on sucking the devil's. And I don't know, like with a baby, that pacifier, sometimes you gotta pull it out. You know what I'm saying? And take it away, right? When the babies, you sucking on the pacifier. That motherfucker gonna keep sucking on that shit until you do what? Till you take it out the mouth. Now it's gonna scream and holler, but eventually it will get used to the fact that his mouth is no longer full with that object. And that it's time to just, learn how to live without it. He been sucking on Diddy's dick a long time. It's time for him to learn how to make this thing happen without the devil's dick in his mouth or ass.
Oh, you don't think if he sued, he'll just Lil Woody the situation? And I don't recall. No, because I think if a victim comes out against Usher, it'll show how egregious this shit is. Because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.